Hi. Well, as we get older, and if you're living in the big city, you want to look for a small community that's not quite so congested. And Hayes well, they're looking ahead for retirees coming to Hayes. They have proposed to build the Grove, a retirement community. And to get the details about the Grove, we're going to talk to Doug Williams, the executive director of Grow Hayes. So I'll be back in just a moment with Doug and give you all the details. Hi, I'm Errol Wirtz with Landmark Realty in Hayes, Kansas. If you're considering retiring soon, you might want to consider Hayes, Kansas, because there's going to be a retirement community called the Grove, located north of the Hayes Medical Center. And we have with me today Doug Williams, who's the executive director of Grow Hayes, and he's going to oversee that development. First of all, Doug, why have a retirement community in Hayes?
Well, interestingly enough, we did a community survey back in 2019, an economic impact survey, and the results were pretty interesting. The largest contributor to our local economy was retirees. And I guess that's not totally surprising because it makes up a good percentage of our population. But we recognize that that's a kind of an underserved demographic for housing and that type of thing. We have an awful lot to offer retirees in our community. We have a safe community. We have great medical facilities. We have great recreational things. And so we got to looking around. We said, this is something we need to focus on. We need to focus on some housing for retirees. And that's kind of where the idea came from.
Okay. And why did you pick land north of the Hayes Medical Center?
Well, as it turned out, as we started thinking about a community for retirees, we looked at locations and we thought, wow, there's none better in our community than that spot. And there happened to be roughly 20 acres just sitting there being farmed right now, right next to Hayes Medical Center, right next to their walking trails and the Center for Health Improvement and just all kinds of things that said, this is the spot. So we contacted Hayes Medical Center. They love the idea, and the rest is kind of history. We've acquired the property, and we're going through the development process.
And have you set a time limit for when construction will be?
Well, that's always the tough part. Right now we're going through the process of annexation, zoning, and platting, and that's about a 90-day process. After that, we'll be letting bids for the streets, sewer, water, those type of things. We're hoping to start construction, at least of streets and whatnot, sometime in the fall of 2023, completing hopefully sometime around a year from now, next spring of 2024, where we could actually start building some structures.
I understand there's going to be a community center there, and who will be able to use that?
Yes, that was a big part of our concept. In addition to the housing for retirees and that type of thing, our seniors are underserved currently with their location out on close to the airport. It's a facility that's a little bit off the beaten path and hard to get to. So we wanted to focus on that, and the senior center will be located in the community center. But also child care is a big issue locally, and so we thought with this concept of intergenerational activity, we're putting a child care center in one part of it, the seniors in another part, and we're going to have some just basic community rooms in the balance of it to suit the needs of our community in general.
Once completed, what are the options going to be for retirees as far as housing is concerned?
We're trying to develop a multitude of housing options. We're going to have apartments that could be as simple as a 2-bedroom, maybe 2-bath type apartment. We're going to have some duplexes or townhouses where you can buy half of a duplex and that can be your residence. And then we're going to have patio homes where, on slab on grade, where you'll be able to have your own home, a single family home that's separated from others, but kind of in an environment where they've got an HOA to take care of snow removal, lawn care, and those type of things.
I know it's a little early, but do you have any idea of what the cost of these options will be?
Well, that's of course the million-dollar question. We hope not a million, but probably it's hard to imagine that we can do much in terms of single-family residences for under $300,000. Certainly half of a duplex, which we're calling a townhouse, could be in that 225 to 275 range. And then if we separate the multifamily units into condo living, that could be more in that 175 type range. So construction is tough right now, and as you say, it's hard to look in the future and say this is what it's going to be, because it really is a moving target. But that's roughly the price range we'd like to be in, anywhere from 175 really up to the sky's the limit as to how somebody might want to finish off the inside of a patio home.
Right. Well, you indicated when you were going to start getting some infrastructure in there. When would you anticipate that this entire development would be completed?
Well, we'd like to think that this is a 3 to 5 year plan to develop it at all. We do believe that there's going to be strong demand. There already has been a lot of initial demand. You know, you get a lot of initial interest and excitement, and sometimes people say they're interested and then they hear maybe what the prices might be, and that wanes a little bit. But we think we can build this whole thing out in no more than 5 years. And it's going to take obviously some time with the construction restraints we have right now. There's the subcontractors and that kind of thing are very busy, but we still think meeting a 3 to 5 year time frame is realistic.
Mm-hmm. How many lots, you've done some preliminary work and platted it, how many lots will be out there? There's
roughly 68 sites as it's designed right now. That will consist of, there's actually sixplexes that'll be kind of on the corner of 27th and Canterbury. There's 8 to 12 duplex townhouse units, so that would be another 24 units, depending on 12 times 2 would be 24, 8 would be 16. And then there's about 50 patio home locations. We do have some flexibility built in that if we find that the duplexes are much more popular than maybe the patio homes are, we will have the flexibility to construct more duplexes and patio homes, or vice versa. So we're going to kind of see how that goes. But roughly somewhere between 60 and 70 total units. And then, well, actually close to 100 total units if you count the sixplex units, but 60 to 65 structures.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for visiting with us today about the grow, and we look forward to seeing the progress out there.
We are excited about this project, and we're excited about the progress as well. It's a big project for Hayes, but we feel a much needed project for Hayes. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, very good. Thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
And if you're considering moving to Hayes, you can call me, Earl Wirtz, at Landmark Realty, 785-623-1634. And if you like this information, just click the thumbs up button at the lower left-hand corner. And of course, I'll always invite you to subscribe to our channel. And we will continue to have information about Hayes and real estate. And we want to thank you for watching today.